Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Holding It Down with 3 Plates Tommy. You know what I'm saying? We gonna keep the ball going with you guys. We told you we're gonna bring you episode after episode after episode, and here we are. Thank you guys for tuning in, telling your friends, liking and subscribing. And today we have to bring you a special guest. You know what I'm saying? Legend. You know what I'm saying? Beat maker, OG. You know what I'm saying? Known everywhere. Give it up for Scoop Deville.
What up? What's up, y'all? How you doing?
So,
we out here. We on the podcast representing with my G Tommy. We outside. You know what I'm saying? We gonna chop it up right now. I'm excited right now. It's a good day today, man.
we're like 3 beers deep?
Yeah, of course, bro. Why wouldn't we be? You know what I'm saying? We got a whole fridge full of the goodness. You know what I'm saying? We got
the whole fridge full. We got the Suavecito crapping. I got the super feed, man. 11%.
Bro. That's the scooper female. I'm gonna have to tap into that after I finish this one.
Oh yeah, it's going down.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, thank you. I'm saying for taking your time and coming out here.
For sure, bro.
Because I know you're not from out here, huh?
I don't live here
more.
right now. Yeah, I'm actually living in Vegas right now, man. Yeah, I'm loving it out there. Shout out to all my family in Vegas. You know, but I definitely have to be out here because of work and vibing. But I'm happy to be here, man. This is a great place to be right now.
And how in Vegas is there? You know what I'm saying,
yeah.
Other than the madness, and do you go out there and gamble ever?
I mean, lightly, yeah, for sure. You know what I mean? When I feel the urge, yeah, man.
Well, you gotta stay away, dog. Because when you
gotta
live there,
stay away, yeah.
When you live there, you're like, oh, I could go every.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying?
You gotta know when to hold them, know when to fold them, bro.
Know when to hold them.
That's what I'm saying, dog.
Hey, dog.
Straight up.
My God.
Yeah.
I went to Vegas and won, fool. I put $300 in.
Yeah.
I was like, because you watch all these fools on the internet and they're like, oh, you got to put in 1,000. I'm like, I'm going to put 1,000.
Nah,
I put 300.
You're going to do what you do, bro.
So I put 3. I was up. I got up to $800.
Perfect.
And me thinking like, oh, I'm going to cash out and I'm just going to use the 300 that I started with.
Yeah.
Nah.
You kept going?
I'm gonna keep going,
I'm gonna keep vibing. Let's go.
Bad too. I told my homie, hey dog, let me get another 100 real quick. I'm gonna get that back.
Oh, you lost like that? Damn. Yes. It happens, bro.
Man,
it can definitely happen.
And what sucks is these fools were planning on going to this casino. They're like, we're going to the casino, dog.
Yeah.
I was like, cool. I'm not gonna go, dog. I'm trying to spend no money.
Right.
And then I talked to my girl and she's like, go, dude, you're in Vegas. Like, just go.
Yeah.
Fucking have fun, have some beers. And I was like, all right then. She's like, just play fucking $300 or something and maybe you win.
Right.
I was like, cool.
And that's what it is. You got to go to Vegas prepared with a little bread to spend that you know you're going to lose because it's not there for you to just think, oh yeah, but if you win, bro. You're going to get something. You're going to be greedy and then you're going to end up in a spot where you're like, damn. But you can win it back though too.
But you always see people that win, dog, and that's what gets you.
The key to winning the bread back in Vegas is to literally just stay up and keep going hard. You just got to keep going hard. You might win it back little by little, but you're gonna get your bread back. You know,
it's coming back.
Just stay up, dog.
No, because fool, like, man, there's so many times where I could have, I'm saying, came back cheesed up.
That's what I'm saying.
And I don't know when to stop.
That's what I'm saying. You got to go with the right peeps too, bro.
But once you get the beers cracking,
I'm not a player ass casino gambling ass dude. But I have some homies that go in, bro. And when I gamble, I like to gamble with them because they know how to gamble. So when you're rolling with people who know what to do, you follow suit and you kind of follow the roles. And even when they're like, hey, don't hit that. You know what I mean? I'm like, all right, I ain't gonna hit it. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to walk away with a couple G's in my pocket like, hey. Yeah. But these fools are playing massive hands, though. You know what I'm saying? They're playing big numbers. You know what I'm saying?
I was chilling yesterday playing dominoes. Never play dominoes.
Right.
You ever play dominoes?
Yeah, of course, bro.
Dominoes
is fire, man. Come on, let's go.
Fool, I was playing yesterday, the same thing, bam, bam, bam. And then I was thinking like, fools do big money like with just dominoes. There's fools that they're like, there's Vegas where they have heads or tails, and fools are like 25,000. Boom, they're like heads,
really
tails. Yeah. So
how long has that been going on?
They gamble anything you want in Vegas.
That's crazy.
Anything like there's fools that gamble like
tails,
random things like on the street. Oh, we're watching this, whatever. You're gonna see this, whatever. Like It's so crazy what they gamble on now.
Yeah, totally.
Like
bro.
heads or tails.
That's nuts, bro.
When I was little, I had a double-headed quarter, dog.
Did you?
Yes.
Where'd you get that from?
I don't even know where I found it. I think it was like in change. And I was like, what's this double-headed quarter?
He was like,
no, it was just like
change?
a mix. I don't know
Damn
how.
it.
And I was like, hey, wait, this is a double-headed quarter.
For sure, I had one too. But I don't know where I got that from either,
you know
bro.
what's
Where the
messed up,
fucking
dog?
double-headed quarters come from, bro?
I used to go to like this place called Gen X where like you would go and chill. They had a pool table, video games, and you would go there after school and kick it. It's like
Did you go and hustle all the kids
No,
over
dog.
there or what?
The dude, he's like, I'll give you $5 for that quarter. I was like, shoot it. $5, fool. You know how much money I could have made with that quarter? Oh,
you sold it for because $5 is a quarter. You're like, hey,
I was like,
cool, yeah, $5 for this quarter. Let's go.
6th grade or 7th grade.
Yeah, you're gonna see the bigger picture with that quarter. You're
I was like,
I could
$5?
have more
Shoot
than
it.
five with this.
Let me
one.
get that. And he's like, yeah, I'll give here $5 for it.
Did you ever have the quarter with the hole in it?
Nah.
Where you used to dip the quarter in the vending machines.
Oh,
So
yeah?
that was a
With
thing.
the string?
So yeah, there was a thing where you put the fish string and you in a little hole of a quarter and they go like read the fucking thing, and you could the sodas will
leave
pop
the
out.
little door open. All
Dog,
the peanuts
that's
and the little
crazy.
M&Ms.
That's what I'm saying, man. Come on, we know the tricks, man. There's ways to get around things.
Hey,
there's always a third door. You know what I'm saying?
Remember when they used to tell the little homies?
Yes.
Dog, were you into those?
Yeah, for sure, man.
They're supposed to collect the whole.
Dog, you know what's crazy is they made one of the homies out of a resemblance of my pops, bro.
Nah.
And they called him a different name. I forgot the name. It was like Kid Ice or something.
No
They tried to name
way.
him a whole nother name.
He definitely had a mic and shit too.
Yeah, he had a mic and he had like the dicky suit, like the outfit that my pops would come out in the Lowrider car shows rocking. And I was like, damn, this is crazy, bro. It was a thing. It was like, you know, I know my pops would trip on that. Like, man, these dudes took my whole image and just made a homie out of it. And it was crazy, bro. The name of the character was Ice Block.
Yeah.
Same number of letters in Kid Frost as well.
Like
Ice
little,
Block,
like
Kid Frost.
it was like a little old Englishy too.
It was like
You're like,
you
hey,
could see it all done up, and that's how Pops would wear his hats and all that. But yeah, I mean, it's a trip, bro. How things influence culture, right?
Yeah. Oh, one thing you speaking about your pops, a lot of people might not know that.
Yeah.
There's an OG legend in the game,
man.
Kid Frost.
Yeah, yo, shout out to my pops, man. He was out here actually earlier today. I wish he would have came through to say what's up, but man, we're gonna get him back over here to vibe with us. But yeah, man.
How was that growing up, dog?
Man,
it
was amazing, bro.
You were little when he was already.
I was around the early stages of his career, watching him make something into, out of nothing. Like the dude was working regular jobs and supporting his little family. I was a new coming son in the mix. So, at that time, I was around a lot, bro. I saw him in the best times of what he was doing. You know what I mean?
That's crazy. Like he made history. Like
definitely,
he's
bro.
the first one to be
the first Chicano Mexican MC to come out and really do it in a legit space. And not only just Chicano, but one of the first MCs from the West Coast to come out and authentically represent the culture.
And it was actually dope.
Yeah,
it wasn't negative.
It was dope.
It was all positive.
It was a positive thing, and that's beautiful because it stands the test of time of what it represents now, still to this day. And even seeing my pop's music in like the Hot Cheetos movie and things like that, how incredible is that, man? To just be aligned with history, with Chicano things and Mexican American things, because we're from here. This is our culture. This is where we grew up at, and to see where it's at now and the environments that it helps grow and nurture. It's a blessing, man, to see it, man. I'm thankful and grateful for it, man.
And to see that and just I couldn't imagine being a part of that.
It was a blast, bro.
And
being around his prime, because at his prime there was all the real right people taking notice of him. You know what I mean? Like he was a hot thing in the time. So we were around a lot of amazing people, a lot of creative people. Even just on his own, me as a kid on the outside watching him do his thing, from shows to appearances, movies, everything that he's done, man. It was amazing and inspiring to watch. Being the son of him, but just watching him as the son.
Did it put pressure on you to like, I got to do this?
No, not at all. I think it was more like something I was born into to understand how to do if I would want to do it. He definitely had me around it. So being around a lot of music equipment, a lot of creative people and artists and dancers, DJs, it was a whole mixture of everything that makes the elements of hip hop and the streets and all of it. We got to see it firsthand, and still to this day, man, being around it is inspiring. To even still see my dad doing his thing, doing shows, doing car shows, touring, traveling around the world, and young people hearing about what he did in the time that he did it when it was his prime time. There's kids now just discovering the music and listening to it, and wow, it's incredible, man. Yeah, it's crazy, bro. I'm so proud of my pops, man.
Yeah,
he's dope. I'm gonna say that right now. Shout out to my pops, man. Shout out to pops.
In the building, yes. But
yes,
like how when you were little, did you start messing with the tracks and beats?
Yes, bro.
Did you play any instruments?
I did. I played piano. We come from a musical family, so my grandfather would play instruments and sing to me and do his thing. I would be around these studio sessions as well as my father's sessions and seeing him and his friends writing songs and the producers making the music from beginning to the finish of something, and so that was all a process. Too? My grandfather played instruments and sang and was very creative. He used to cut hair and also paint. He was just a very creative person, and that comes from my father's side. And I also have some family from my mother's side that's very into music, guitar players, drummers, and these are things that are kind of the makings of me,
So it's in the blood.
It's in the blood, bro. Having the love for music, not just hip hop, but like the roots of where music formulates and the things that came before what hip hop is till right now. Like I got to be a part of the things that were inspired by that, and then also in the hybrid stage of where hip hop is becoming its own sound.
Yeah.
Which is a blessing, man. That's why like I feel so tapped into something that, I kind of just started out of family things. I could have probably chilled and just been the son.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, that's
But my pops didn't make it easy. He wanted me to really experience and understand what it was and what I had to do to really earn and make something for myself.
And you know what's cool about you? Like maybe, I'm sure you know this, but fools know you, dog. And then later they'll be like, hey, did you know that his dad is Kid Frost too?
That's dope.
That's what's dope.
That's dope.
Because it's like, I knew you and heard of you and everything before. And then they're like, oh, that's Kid. He told me you're his son.
But that's
and
why
I was like, wait, you're Scoop Deville's dad? And he's like, yeah.
That's why, though. It's because I'm going to tell you right now, bro, my pops would definitely be the spokesman of me, of how I even have a foot in the door with these big names like Snoop, when Snoop gave me my first big opportunity. Or, Baby, even going back to Baby Bash, bro. So when Baby Bash was first coming out, him and my father were making a lot of music together. They had groups and, they were songwriting together. So Bash would be at my crib when I was young, bro, and we would be all together. Bash was turning into who he was becoming at the time and started really making massive waves, bro, becoming commercial and taking the culture to a whole nother level. And we were so proud of that. But he always, had felt a way with my pops to always like pay it back to him and be like, yo, man, he knew I was making beats. And Bash took me to Guitar Center, bro. And I was 16 years old, bro. He took me in Guitar Center. He had a checkbook, bro. It was crazy. This fool signed a check and bought like the craziest keyboard for me, bro. Like I'm talking like like a $5,000 keyboard, and I'm 16 years old with this crazy keyboard. My music is now sounding quality wise of like the Neptunes or like a Dre, you know what I mean? Because or a Scott Storch. I had the same equipment that these cats are rocking on. So it was a blessing, man, to have people like that believe in me and give me a dream to push farther. You know what I mean? And
keep it going.
Shout out to Bash, man. That dude bought records from me and put me in the game. I had a big record with him called Mamacita. We did a song. I was very young, man, and he.
You were a youngster when that came out?
I was, bro.
Because I was like, what? Like 15? No, more. That was like
while, it was a while.
Oh,
ago,
long
bro.
time ago.
It was, yeah.
Man, that's so
more than 15 years ago.
Yeah,
bro.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
that's
man, because I was a young
youngster.
kid. Like, you know, imagine being in something at a young age. Not really, you know, we come from a unique culture, so it's not like we understood so much about the business or all of that. It was more creative, more authenticity. So, you know, I was young in the business, bro. I've been doing this since I didn't understand anything. I had to learn everything almost like the hard way, you know, but I wouldn't change it any other way.
And that's what made you now like a professional.
Yeah, totally. It's a piece of what makes me.
Like video, now it's like a video game.
It's a video game. Yeah, it's
I was
a blessing, man.
Videos.
We worked very hard and went through a lot to get to where we are, and it's a continuing evolution of what it is. It's never gonna not be that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. For all of us, bro, it's a continued journey. So it's a blessing, man.
Yeah, and from working with everybody, because you said you work with Snoop. How was that?
That was dope, bro. So. I was talking about it earlier with David earlier at the brewery. We were talking about how I met Snoop at the video shoot for a song called Vato that he did featuring B-Real, and Neptunes did the beat. And I was about 16, 17. My pops was making a cameo in the video. They reached out to Pops. They had a bunch of people for the video. They had Edward James Olmos. They had my pops. They had like a couple cameos in there.
Yeah.
So we pull up to the set. My dad's like, yo, you might want to miss school today. I'm going to bring you, you know, bring some music. Let's see if we can link you up with Snoop and, you know, make some moves while we're here. Because my pops believed in what I was doing. He was really embracing my creativity and you know, investing in me as well. Like seeing that I was taking it serious. I was in bands and drum corps and you know, all of the above, you know, really sharpening music, the tools to be a musician, and it was something that I was just around, you know, even before I even knew what I was gonna be. I was rapping since I was like 2-3 years old, kicking flows, bro. I, you know, like it's pretty crazy if you look back at some of the things. Like I was around, you know, back when my father was doing his thing in the La Raza times, you know, on some of those albums and songs and tracks of like, it's wild, bro, like to be a part of all of that. And then to look back at all that and be like, damn, that's a whole nother like era of time. Like I've went through so many eras of my life and to be where I am right now, it's just crazy, bro. Yeah. You know? And
then from there,
I would have never imagined any of this.
Yeah, you're like, what the hell? Well, I'm right here. Like did Kendrick, like you did work with Kendrick?
Yeah, man.
Dog, that's crazy. Like the beats you guys made, like
yeah,
they have a whole history of what you made that
totally,
beat.
Man.
Like they're like you got the
shout
beat.
Shout out to Kendrick, man.
And they're like you made magic.
Kendrick
you made it what it is, and then that's when Dre jumped on.
Yeah, no, Kendrick was loving what I was doing in the moment when I was in my prime, working with Snoop and working, you know, on my creativity, making my music, you know, and I was creating some type of a buzz in the scene. And when it was Kendrick's time to start working and being a priority, he reached out directly to me and was like, yo, we want to get some beats. What's up? And I was working at the time with J-Rock from TDE, because J-Rock originally was the first artist that popped out of TDE.
Yeah.
And me and J-Rock had formed a relationship, a good friendship. We were chopping it up. I was going over to the studio a couple of times, played him some music, and we were about to build some things. we're homies. Every time I see dude, I'm always giving him big love, and we always chop it up once in a while. But we never got to actually make a track together, which is crazy now that I think about it. But you know who was in the back of the room every time, bro, that me and J-Rock were linking?
Chopping it up.
Was Kendrick, bro. Was right there in the cut by himself, low key, kicking it in the back, like just kneeling down, like just peeping ears, you know, like how I would be like a fly on the wall in the studio session. That was Kendrick, bro. He was always peeping and quiet and, you know, collecting and observing. I felt like, you know, and I didn't even know what was going on. I just felt like he was the homie in the time, just there in the mix, and didn't even know who he was in the moment. Honestly,
he wasn't
with all
super,
the biggest
he
respect.
wasn't big like when you
at the time he
like,
was on the rise,
barely on the rise.
It was on the up and up and up, and he was a piece of the puzzle. But he didn't make himself where it was like, yo, I'm Kendrick, I'm an artist, I'm doing my thing. He was like in back just chilling, bro, being super respectful. And I have to say respect to that, because I the same way when I'm in a space of something and other people are working, and just having an etiquette is important, like a studio etiquette, I feel like, or being like in the mix of something, like in here, like you kind of gotta have an etiquette when people are around. You can't just be out there blapping and going nuts.
Out there walking around.
There's an etiquette of having respect and making sure something, you know, goes with the flow. You know what I'm saying? And I felt like he understood that. And that's why he is one of the pieces of why he is who he is. You know what I mean?
And you worked on, was it Good Kid, Mad City?
I did. Yeah, man. I got to be a part of that project. Was dope.
That record right here.
Yeah, that's right. On a vinyl? Okay, dope. Do you collect vinyl or what?
Yeah.
Nice, bro.
My vinyl
cool.
Beat up. I have beat up vinyl, dog, because I be playing my vinyl, dog.
Shits, yeah.
I'll take them with me.
Hey,
like
that's what they're there for,
when
man.
we go vacation, I'll take the little record player and my records just to play them, dog. Because I want like my kids to know about records and different music that bro. You can't listen to. Yeah. Because dog, this is fading away, dog.
It is.
As much as you don't want to, and everyone's like, we're fighting for a dog. It's like, man, we got to keep this
for the conveniency of it. It's there as a collective piece. I feel like vinyl's definitely, they've been making a crazy comeback.
Yeah, but
you're right though. It is an art form or a way that we listen to something that isn't so convenient like how it used to be.
Now, before it was just boom.
Now it's just quick. You know, it's like everything's on our device. You know,
like and then. People would be like, "Hey, why you got a record, dog?" You know, like it sounds good. I don't like.
I think that's so cool, man.
That's what you like to hear is that
the crackle.
You know, and it's like get this cracking, turn it up full blast.
This cracking, turn it up,
and that's what it is. So we would play.
And if you got a good system, bro, if you got a good like entertainment system, bro, some of these vintage pieces, like it's a thing, man. People are investing in these things. Like my cousin Manuel, he has a record shop called Traffic Records, and they sell refurbished things like that, like all old school home entertainment systems where we can like play out vinyls and play music and like you know, it's a vibe, bro. I love that thing. You know, it's definitely different. The music sounds different. The feeling sounds different because it's coming through like quality. It's like a car, like an OG car,
like old school.
The metals and the
smell when you turn it on.
Yeah, everything that makes it. You know, things are cheap now, or things are more easier to gather as far as the materials. But it's like with these things, man, them things be knocking, bro. Yeah, made out of wood, and you know, it's just bumping. Homie.
I got a tape player right there. I found a box.
I
went to my mom's storage, and I found a box of my dad's old tapes.
Nice.
And there's a whole bunch of like Mexican music, but there's still we got Snow, 12 inches of snow. That fool Snow. Like I found the tape right there, dog.
No, you got the snow tape,
dog.
Bro.
I got the snow tape. I'm like, there's gems right there. There might be Kid Frost tape in there.
Remember when Jim Carrey did the parody of that joint?
Oh, that dude?
Yeah, that fool.
They're like, is that him?
Dog, Jim Carrey killed it, bro. That fool's hilarious.
Dog, that fool was
and
crazy.
Living Color, bro. Like we were talking about that. It's one of the best comedy things, that was around in our time that really shaped and molded the culture for a movement of a show. You know what I'm saying?
And relatable.
Yeah. Current.
For like we weren't watching Saturday Night Live, dog. We were watching The Living Color.
Straight up, bro.
And I always tell Ethan, I always tell him, Ethan, watch Living Color. And I was like, all these Jim Carrey people that started, even J-Lo.
Yeah.
J-Lo was one of the dancers.
Straight up.
And
bro.
And if now you tell people like, hey, what's the Living Color? I never watched it. But when you watch it, dog, they had gems. Like that's what we had. Like
massive.
Like we didn't have Saturday Night Live. We had that. Remember Homie the Clown?
Homie the Clown. Yeah. Fire Marshal Bill. Yeah.
Jim Carrey had the craziest characters.
All the crazy characters. That's where that fool broke out. You know, we wouldn't have a Jim Carrey if it wasn't for In Living Color. You know what I mean?
And they gave him like the chance when the fools were like, he's too weird, bro. We're not want him on TV.
Right.
The Wayans brothers was like, shoot him.
They knew what it was. They knew what it was.
Yeah, and then now
Tommy Davidson, David Alec Greer, like there's a lot of great comedians that came out of that space. All the Wayans brothers for sure.
Yeah, give it up for Living Color, the Wayans brothers, because
forever, bro.
I feel like they don't get love like that.
Nah.
Like nobody really like makes it a big deal for dog. They set it up like they made it to relatable for us stuff and just stuff that we would find funny and for anybody to find funny. They
show culture,
certain,
And what I liked about them too is that they were open with the demographics, so they were about ethnic like culture. They had all kinds of walks of life representing comedy and doing it raw and cutting edge, and I thought that was dope. What they were doing. That's why we rocked with it.
Yeah,
because it was relatable. In a sense of it was like our people representing something that we like. And then so much stemmed from that as well. You know what I mean? Like, even like, in our culture, we had, we have Paul Rodriguez and all of these dope cats that we saw come up. These fools had their own shows and Cheech, Marine, all them cats, bro. Shout out to the G's, man, that really paved the way in that space. 'Cause we all need a representative in culture, and we in our culture we only had so many, you know, or that's why it's like, okay, Frost music for La Raza and hip hop and street culture. We have Cheech, we have a little bit of here and there of cats.
Yeah, like there's only
it's a handful.
You can name like even like his comedians that are from our culture,
totally.
But like in English, because there's Mexico and Latin America, they've had comics in their own world, but over here, you know what I'm saying? Like for us, that we can see, that we would see the comics and stuff for our culture. It's short.
It's
like
short.
You don't have
Danny
a lot.
Trejo, we got, what I mean? He's one of our superheroes, but out here, you know what I'm saying? Like you're saying, it like for like Chicano, Mexican American things, like we gonna have many heroes in that sense,
And that's why we got, I'm saying, that's what we're doing. You're making, dog, you're producing like background, what you've made, like everything is like,
Thank
dog.
You, bro.
Super dope.
Thank you, man.
And give it up, Scoop Deville.
Hey, thank you.
I'm saying,
thank you, man.
Everything that you've, how you say with the culture you're doing now. One thing I want to talk about that on some new, is serial killers.
Yeah, bro. I would love to talk about that. We have a new project that we just dropped with Exhibit, Be Real, and Demrick. It's a group, and I'm a part of the group for this album, and it's the serial killers collectively. That's what we're known for, killing shit. Hell and the project is called This Thing of Ours. So we're getting ready to drop this project. We already put out a couple singles. We have a couple more coming out, and then the album will be out for 2026.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
And how did that come together? You guys were just chilling?
All have a dope connection separately and together because back in like 2009. So full circle, we were talking about Snoop Dogg at the video. That's when I met Snoop. I'll finish that story as well, where my father kind of let Snoop know because Snoop walked in the trailer. So it was a Snoop and B-Real song, right? Pharrell produced the record, or Neptune's produced it. And I'm chilling in the trailer with my father and B-Real. We're kicking it in the trailer. We're hanging out. I'm playing beats in the trailer. Everyone's, vibing to the beats. I'm playing them for B-Real. And my dad's telling him, yo, my son doing production. So B's down with it. He's like, man, he's good. This is great. Let's get him in the studio. So right then and there, that's when Snoop walks into the trailer, bro. Snoop walks in the trailer and beats are playing and he's walking in and he starts dancing and he's vibing to the beats and freestyling, bro, for like 5-something minutes. And I'm watching the whole thing go down, bro. I'm 17, bro. This is a dream watching this fool get down to my stuff. And I'm just like, what the fuck, bro? Yeah, I'm tripping out. I'm sitting like this, watching this fool get down, like right where the camera is, bro, like that. And then he turns to my dad like, "What is this? Who did this? What is this?" And he's like, "Man, that's my son, man. My son made this beat." He's like, "What? Your son made this? What?" You know what I mean? And it was cool moment just to be like, then it was time for their scene to shoot. So I'm outside watching them chop it up and I see my father talking about me and putting it into Snoop's ear, like, yo, my son, is taking this serious. He is great. He is creative. You should take him under your wing. If you're feeling the vibe, he's gonna make something big. This is who you want to work with. Put him to the test, whatever. And after that scene, I don't know what was said, but after that, Snoop's manager, Ted Chung, approached me and he was like, "Hey, would you be interested in working with Snoop? Because he likes a lot of the production that he heard here. Would you be interested in collaborating or working together?" I was like, "Man, I would love to." Please. Yes. Shot there my info. We exchanged information and then, we go on a year from there. I'm living in Vegas at the time with my dad. My dad got a place out there and I'm living with him. It's just me and him in a pad and I have little, equipment set up and I'm working on beats and production. I'm shooting them ideas. Man, they reached back, bro. I was on tour with my pops. I think we were in Colorado or something and Snoop reaches out, bro. And he's on the phone. He's like, "Yo, I just did a song on your record with Pimp C." I'm like, "What, bro? With Pimp C?" So he's like, "Yo, check it out." And he's playing it over the phone. And me and my dad are listening to it, I'm doing a show with my dad on the road, and we're listening to it together in the car like this, like, whoa, it's Pimp C rapping on the song and all that. And it was a vibe. And the song never came out, bro. Nah. This is crazy. That particular record never came out.
Was it bad?
It was banging, bro. He still has it in his archives, man. He's got some things.
Hey, he's got things. Break it out.
He's probably got all the unreleased everything, all the unreleased things of his time with artists and Nate Dogg. Snoop's got the crazy archives, bro. Has to have things that, but one of them is a record that happens to be with Pimp C and it's over a beat of mine.
Man.
So that was one of the first things that happened. And then after that, when it was time for Snoop to do a project, he put out a album and it was called Ego Trippin'. And I did about like 5 songs for the album, but altogether at the time he like wanted like a lot of records, like almost like 10 tracks he got from me at one time, and he cashed me out for everything, bro. He changed my life, bro. You know what I'm saying? Changed my life completely. And from being a son, creative, just fucking around in a room, to now talking about going to get my own crib and like changing my own trajectory of like being a producer. And then him going and taking one of my records after that project and doing I Wanna Rock, which I Wanna Rock was the massive record for me that in hip hop really opened up the doors in New York for me, bro. Like that's when things shifted completely.
Is it different out there?
In New York? I mean, well, the thing is it's the mecca of hip hop and where that feeling comes. So if they were feeling what we were doing on the West Coast over here, what I was doing in my 1-bedroom apartment, you know what I'm saying? Making a vibe, flipping something, but that New York can connect with, that was already, I didn't think of it like that. I was just fucking around like, I grew up listening to It Takes Two by Rob Bass. You know, it takes two to make the thing. I wanna rock right now. So right. So when I flipped that joint, I didn't think there was gonna be anything like Snoop would vibe with it or whatever. It was just a record that it was like an idea. It was a loop of a beat from the machine, and I had it on a beat CD, and he had that beat, and he was like, "Bro, this beat right here, this is the one, Scoop. This is the one. This is the one. It's the one." And people that I was around, they were like, "Man, Snoop ain't gonna rap on that." I'm sorry. They were like, "Jay-Z ain't gonna rap on that, bro. You're tripping, bro. Jay-Z ain't gonna do." Bro, I'm in the car with them same fools that were like, "This fool ain't gonna be." Bro, they premiered the Jay-Z version on the fucking radio while I'm with the homies, and it was like,
yo, peep game, dog.
Yeah, like, come on, like,
he ain't gonna who?
I told you, dog. Like, this is crazy.
He ain't gonna what?
But as soon as Jay-Z jumped on that record, that's when all of New York was like, "What's up?" And all of the hip hop space, everybody made a remix of it, you know, from all over the map of that sound.
And fools were jumping on that track.
Fools were jumping on that track, and that just opened up a door for me to connect with fools in New York. So like right away, I got calls from Fat Joe, from 50, from Busta Rhymes, Nori, different people like that to tap in and connect with. And I would go to New York and start working with these fools. You know what I'm saying?
Like when these different guys would hit you up, like say 50 Cent, or he hit you up, do you already have beats, or do you be like, "Oh, I'm gonna do like a 50 Cent-ish"?
No,
beat?
I already got beats, bro.
You're like, I got these.
Yeah, because if you got to think about it, these cats are on the go. You know what I mean? They don't have time to really
wait for you.
Yeah, wait for something to happen. It's almost like you got to be prepared to come in with things ready to rock on, because they're the type of cats to show up as who they are. Oh, that's fire. I want to do that right now.
Press play right now. Let's get it.
In 30 minutes, the song is done. You know what I'm saying? Bro, working with Snoop was an incredible experience, because I would watch this cat create something out of nothing in literally like 30 minutes, bro. That fool would write it down on paper like that. And then just get up, bro, in the days of Snoop and being Snoop, and go and rock a fucking verse and finish the song with the hooks and the ad-libs and the extras and the bells and whistles, all the things to finalize it to make it sound like Snoop.
And then to your beat.
And yeah, bro, fire, man.
I'd go crazy.
It is crazy, bro.
Like what?
And then imagine seeing that equally crazy when you're watching somebody like a Busta Rhymes do that too over your record, or like a Dre rapping, or seeing somebody influenced or inspired off of something that you created, which is amazing, you know?
Yeah, catching a vibe from something you made.
Yeah, and it could be a whole nother vibe that I was in that they don't hear, but they hear it in another way, and it shifts the vibe, and then it just creates a whole nother thing. And I'm just like, whoa, how did that happen? Because, you know, honestly, like, I know it sounds like I've had the blast of my life, but I went through reality moments as well as having ups and downs in the business, you know, working with people who were not necessarily the correct people to work with. Yeah. So, you know, you learn and move and evolve from lessons and things that you were around in the moments. So, you know, I've had moments where I've had to learn a lot and the hard way, because I was very young in the business and naive, trying to be independent on my own. I wouldn't ask my parents for help. And it wasn't like my parents fully understood, because they were in a different life. I'm in a different life. We're all trying to figure it out. So when you're on your own, you really have to learn your own journey from your own mistakes,
your own ways,
your own things that happen, because it's important, bro. You know, so things,
like the lessons that come with,
there's so many lessons, bro. Like being around the business, like for instance, maybe not knowing your value and people taking advantage of you being new in the business, but you're of value, you're current, but they're trying to now lowball you or not take care of you or really value you as an equal. You're still like somebody who's paying dues, and I get that.
I'm trying to get it. I'm trying to
and I get that, and I pay my dues, bro. But you know, going into the business, working with people like Snoop, working with people like 50, working with Dre's, working with Quicks, working with people who are authentically doing something, everybody is done right. You know what I'm saying? Because that's how they do business. They do good business. So it's nice to be around people like that. But definitely I've had random things that happen with artists that are like some of my biggest idols, bro, that straight,
You're like, oh, what?
Gangstered the vibe a little bit, bullied and took advantage of the vibe. And it is what it is, bro. You learn, you know?
Yeah.
But it's a part of the grind. I don't think anybody would be able to take it on unless you understand how to go through those moments and bounce back. You have to learn how to bounce back. It's a part of life. It's a bounce back like mechanism.
Yeah, because some people will be like, that's it, dog. I'm done.
Yeah.
But no, it's like, no, fool, you're gonna have 50 of those.
Bro, it's crazy. So okay, going back to like when I say like people are making music into something that I never thought would sound in a sense, like I was in a different headspace. So there was a song that I have with an artist named Miguel. You know Miguel. So there's a record that I recently did with him called Give It To Me, where I produced the record. And this is a track that we were kind of working on for a while, bro. Yeah. Like a long time, me and him kind of formulating the idea. But the record that I did in the moment, it was not a good time for me. It was a bad time, bro. Like I was young, trying to figure out my life, not having the right business partners around. Everyone was just around for the party and the milking of what I was bringing in or whatever the fuck of what I was producing.
And were you independent, or you had like manager and all that?
I was independent. I had management. I have all of these things, but they weren't the correct components that I had at the time. But long story short, I was in a very weird space where I didn't feel so healthy. I felt like just not positive. I was in a weird mental space, and I was making music, and it was like, for me, it was like dark and sad.
It was kind of like you had to do it?
Well, I was just in being creative to release the feeling of being, a feeling like that. And that's the one thing of being an artist, right? Of putting your art on a canvas or a release of something, like getting it out of your system so you can see it live. And that's a thing that I would turn my negatives into positives with this superpower or whatever. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that, there was the record with Miguel I was like in a negative space, but he heard the record and felt like it was more romantic and about love and about something vibey. And it was like, wow, he took something that I made that was dark and created love light with it. And I was like, man, this is incredible. Like, but that's real art. You know what I mean? Like, to live experience, a real artist, an authentic artist is going to go through life and experience life. Nothing is so peaches and cream, right? Unless you have everybody doing it for you. But a real artist, a real person getting your hands dirty, you're living life, you're experiencing life, you're going through things, you're feeling things for the first time, you're dealing with business, you're exploring a world that you can't control because you're more so being looked at as a creative. You know what I'm saying? So it's you gonna understand that, but you're doing it. We gonna do it to be looked at. I'm just creative for being creative, bro. And I love being creative. I love toying with sounds and getting deep into the mix of things and understanding how to make something.
Did you ever get into sampling?
Of course.
Like
yeah. Absolutely.
You never like have maybe a thought about doing like a album of just mad samples?
Yeah, no, I mean, a lot of the things I did for others were like sample driven. And what's funny is a lot of cats just think that that's all I do as well, which is not the case. Like, I grew up as a musical lover of all the creations of things that we can all enjoy. So it's and where hip hop is rooted from all of these genres. So for me, like, going deeper into the process of where things are coming from, I understand that it's not just this that it sounds like. Things sound different from other things, and all of it goes together as a blend and a mix and a mega mix kind of a situation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it's unique, man.
Do you collect records?
Absolutely.
You're a big time record guy?
I love records.
Since back in the day?
Yeah, absolutely, bro.
But like just hip hop or like
no
oldies and rare,
almost
rarities?
like light hip hop, a lot of classic hip hop and things that you can't find, I'll have on vinyl for that. But a lot of things that are just unique that I grew up listening, a lot of funk, a lot of soul, reggae, things that are obscure, you know, electronic, ambient things. Like there's so many different vibes of sounds and feelings that you can take and be influenced by or flip, you know? And even now with the technology, bro, you could do so much with a sound. I can take this whole conversation of us and literally do a whole song out of this conversation, which is nuts. But I can do it, and that's what's nuts about it. I was also talking about that earlier, is that you can make anything into a sound. This could be a drum, that you know, this could be the noise. A laugh can be a tone that I can sustain and turn into chords and make it a harmony and loop, pitch it correctly, and it'll turn into a whole thing. You know what I mean? That's what's crazy about sound is it can come from anywhere.
Yeah.
Music can happen and vibration can happen out of anything, bro.
Yeah.
Even this. Anything, bro.
Like when they say with comedy, like
anything.
Like when you're able to take like a fucked up situation and make it funny.
Yeah.
That's when you know what I'm saying? And
you gotta trust it.
You could take any, like how we were saying, any beat, a whistle, fucking the dog barking outside.
Yes.
I could have, you know what I'm saying? Make a beat out of that.
Yeah, bro.
And fools are killing it.
Or see something in there that you're pointing out that ain't nobody saying, but everybody sees, and that's a joke.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you'd be like, oh.
Right.
Me too. Like I'll do that. I'll record myself. They're like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm just recording it so I remember it.
Yeah.
Cause man, sometimes like I'll just be chilling and I'll think of something hilarious, dog. And I won't have time to write it down or nothing. Totally. And I'll be like, I'm gonna remember it.
Yeah.
And I forget.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, I have 100 of those. So now what I do is I just hit the record, like on my phone. I'll be like, Siri, record it, man, and I'll just say whatever idea, and then later on I'll go into writing it. Smart. Do you ever do that?
All the
time. Like where you hear
all the time.
Like, what is it? Let me Shazam real quick. And you're like, what is this track real quick?
I do that and then, all the time.
And then you're like, I wanna. Yeah, I like that little beat right after this fool did the track, that little beat, I could loop that and make some. You do that?
Bro, all the time. Look at this.
Now we ain't buying the shit you supplying. I'm a lion. Stand next to me, I can see that you're lying. I'm from a bloodline of Incas and Mayans, building these pyramids up to the sky. And high is the belt of Orion. You feel it? From scratch on the ground, I'ma build it. Turn frowns upside down, I'ma peel it.
All that's off of right there.
Top of the neck, right there. Like, oh, let me get my recorder.
Yeah, all of that, bro. It's just vibing and building things, you know?
That's the best, fool. I have break my fucking cell phone out. Where's my shit? I don't know where my phone is before I got
bro, voice notes are all happening all day.
That's all I have. Fool, on my shit, I'll be like, it's funny shit, dog. Jokes about clowning.
Listen to every mumbling too. So I could just catch the pocket and
let's get together and make 3 songs.
Easy.
I'm like,
you could do it in one day.
Just get me in there and fool, like any beat, anything that like. I grew up broke, fool. Like my not like we weren't poor, but we didn't have shit. We were like I wasn't able to buy instruments.
Totally.
And my whole life, fool. Like when I was a little kid. Before comedy or before anything, I love music, dog. I like singing.
Yeah.
So I grew up in a little town, and you know, like we didn't really have too much money. You know, my parents didn't come from money, but I would do whatever I could to get out of there. I was like, I'm gonna fucking sing. I'm gonna dance. I'm gonna draw whatever. Somebody
it
be
takes
like,
to
damn,
get out of here.
Like, damn, fool,
whatever these fools did to get out of where they was at, I'm doing that.
Yeah, dog. And I was seeing, fool, I would lock myself. I would lock myself in the room.
Yeah.
And I never had. I
That's
didn't
the
have
mode
an
right
instrument,
there.
dog. So my voice was my instrument.
Right.
So I would sing reggae. I would sing Spanish. I would sing fucking Whitney Houston, dog.
Damn.
Voice to Man, like Usher, everything, dog. Like
Whitney, bro.
Oh, day, homie.
Damn.
When I was a little kid, for Whitney Houston was a shit when I was a little kid. And I just, for anything, like if I hear a motherfucker that can sing good, fool, sometimes I'll be like, damn. I'll listen, like, you know what I'm saying? I want to cry. Sometimes I'll be like, damn, this. Like, you hear people that can sing good, and I'm like, man, I love it. Because, fool, singing is natural. Like, there's fools that sing like you can sing, and they'll be like, and you'll be like, all right, cool. Fool, singing, it just comes natural, dog. Like, when
it's a natural
it's
thing.
Not forced.
It is.
Like
it is.
I'm saying,
I feel like it is too.
There's fools that they sing, and then there's fools that are singers.
Totally.
You know, there's a motherfucker that, hey, you tell them, hey, dog, sing me that Usher sing. They'll be like, what's that? It's 7 o'clock on a dime. I'm in my drive time. You be like, no, I'm just saying, I'm making. No, I know you be like, oh, this fool could sing, but it's not like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I would always tell, because I sing Spanish music and shit. And I was like, there's like different ways that you can sing one song.
Different,
Like you could sing a song mariachi style, corrido style, or bolero style.
Yeah.
And being able to sing each one is something that I always wanted to be able to do.
That's dope.
So I could sing like ranchero, like este es el corrido del caballo blanco que en un día domingo feliz arrancará. But that's me.
Yeah.
But you could sing it in mariachi style, which is este es el corrido del caballo. You know?
Yeah.
That's mariachi shit.
You have a good voice,
and then
man.
there's fools. So I'm like, dog, I just sing, homie.
Yeah.
And I never took it serious, but I always write shit and every homie would always tell me, like, you don't take this shit serious, dog, but you should, fool.
That's awesome.
And I'm like, man, but right now with hitting is a comedy.
Yeah.
So what I'm trying to do is like, this shit's gonna hit, because I know it's gonna hit, fool.
Yeah.
Like everything that I put I'm here right now in this studio that we built out from just an idea, dog.
Amazing.
Never
man.
in my head
That's
did I
badass.
ever think.
Yeah.
And there's all visualization and seeing how am I gonna get here? Because I know there's like goals. Fool, I write goals, dog. I write my goals to get to certain ways. And this podcast is this is a goal right here. This podcast is right here. So I'm doing everything to get to up here, but this podcast is what's gonna get me to up there.
Right.
So I know that by being in fools' faces and letting them see what I can bring out, opportunities that I can take is going to get me to where I want to do.
Right.
My main thing I like music, dog.
Yeah.
I love, like, when I hear a beat, it don't matter if it's a country song. I can sing, the marijuana make me feel good. The marijuana make me act crazy. The marijuana make me choke. The marijuana make me act funny. Everybody, put your hands up in, you know? So, like, I was like, I want to make music, dog. When I do comedy shows, fools are like, sing a corrido or sing something, you know? Because that's my shit, fool. I love music, dog.
Oh,
I'm telling you, fool, I used to lock myself in the room, fool.
Yeah.
And I would sing fool, I told this in the last story, fool. I was in 8th grade and I was in a computer class and I would always sing.
Right.
And fools would be like, oh, Tommy, sing this song. Tommy, sing this. and Mr. Norton, he's like, hey, dog, what are you doing here? Like, you need to be in choir or do something. Like, you need to take music serious. Like, oh. So, fool, he walked me out of his class to the choir and he's like, hey, this guy sings and I know he could do something for you guys here. And boy, I got into the choir, fool, like a walk-in into the choir.
That's awesome.
And I used to sing lead and but it, fool, to me, I don't know why, dog. I never took it shit serious. You know, and I don't know if it's like poor mentality, like you think like, oh, I'm never good enough, or like there's a million fools that sing.
It's just what it is.
Like even with comedy, like fools tell me like, "Hey, dog, motherfucker, you're good, dog. Like you're funny." I didn't even think you're funny.
It's almost
funny.
being natural is the best way to be. So naturally, if you are what you are naturally, that's the best thing, man. If people are like, "Man, you should do that," it's because you are doing that, and you will be that, and that's who you represent. That's what they can connect with. You know what I'm saying? Authentically, it's cool to be that. You know, and it's never about being something like that is a status or a space, because you maybe reach something bigger than that.
Like even
maybe
bash.
What you want to be ain't even thought of or tapped in yet. You feel me? So you may be the first of your kind to do what you want to do. So it's like really being open to what can happen, man. There's so much possibilities, right?
Yeah. So like we filmed a pilot, me and Concrete and Gary and all these. It's called Floor Mats or something.
Yeah.
So Baby Bash was in it.
Yeah.
And fool, I'm like, hey, this fool's right here. I'm gonna peel him, not peel him like, but I'm gonna let him know what I got, and I know that So I showed him my song. I wrote an oldie because this fool be doing soldies. So I wrote an oldie that is like, back in the day in oldies they were singing about relatable stuff.
Right.
Hey, baby, passing by my window, whatever. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, there's oldies that are now, and those fools try to do oldies like in the 60s.
Right.
And I'm like, that's cool. I was like, but dog, I want to do an oldie where my homie could relate to it. So I wrote a song, I Want to Get a Tattoo. Because every homie that I know or whatever, they have their lady's tat. Or my tío has this my aunt's name.
Yeah.
And so I wrote a song, like, it's called I Want to Get Your Name. I want to get your name. I want to get a tattoo, Yeah. So I sang that shit to Baby Bash, and then he's like, what the fuck? We were standing, I sang him like a minute of the song, and he's like, what the fuck? He's like, fool, I already wrote like a whole track. I wrote my part to this song. He's like, dog, we got to get together.
Yeah.
And then there were some chicks right there, and she's like, dude, what the hell? That's a dope ass song. She's like, I got her name tattooed on me. She's like, I love that.
Yeah.
So I'm like, these songs, like that song,
right?
I'm like, we could make that song, but that's a song that fools are gonna fucking put on their Instagram, fool.
Yeah. On
their YouTube, whatever, make track with this song.
Right.
You know how they have fucking Christmas, motherfucking Mariah Carey all day? Feliz Navidad.
Yeah.
Fucking, I want to get your name. I want to get a tattoo. Motherfuckers will be like, I need that shit on my Instagram.
Right.
Every wedding or whatever. Oh, we got a tattoo song. You want that?
Yeah.
Fool, I think about a bunch of dumb shit.
I'm rocking with you on that. You know why? Because honestly, bro, it's not like about necessarily the label of somebody, right, that understands something. It's like you're a multi-creative at the end of the day, right? You kind of do a little bit of everything to open up something to do the bigger picture, right? Yeah. But at the end of the day, you're creative, so you understand, like, that's a formula of what you do. It's a piece of who you are. So it's great, man. I think I take note of people like that. I have people like that around me when I'm creating. In a sense of in certain projects, like I'll have someone who can create a concept or have something that's unique.
I could sing a hook or something.
It could come from a photographer or someone who's, I'm saying, like, outside of the mix, who has a great concept, and you're like, boom, that's it. Let's go. Let's make it. You know. And it can happen like that, man. You never know,
we
bro.
Gotta get in the studio, Scoop, because you're the one. You're the closest one that makes music like on the daily.
I do, yeah.
Hey, I'll get in there, and I'm saying, and I'm
you need to come.
Guarantee we'll make magic.
Come hang with me one day. Yeah, we'll vibe.
We gotta do that.
Yeah,
shit.
Absolutely.
But hey, let everybody. We're gonna go into commercial breaks.
Hey,
let everybody know what keeps the wheels spinning.
That's
in
right.
The house.
That's right. Thank y'all.
Meet Suavecito, the world's finest pomade with an unrivaled all-day hold. Suavecito looks, feels, and smells so good, your comb will be begging for more.
Oh yeah, give it to me, papi. There it is. Oh.
Suavecito, get it, hombre.
Hey, come out here for an abrazo. That whole fucking movie is nothing but quotes.
Nothing but quotes.
The whole fucking
So
movie.
when you watch it now, it is hella funny. There's parts in there where you're just like,
It's comedy now.
It's comedy. It's literally comedy.
Are we rolling?
It's
Hey, fool, Blood In, Blood Out is comedy.
dog.
Like,
Comedy.
it came out from serious. I watched it when I was a little kid, fool.
It was
grade.
serious when we saw it as kids, though.
Yeah. I used to do like VO placazos on the little homies at school.
You used to go vatos locos.
Yeah, fool, we used to jump him in the restroom. Jump him in.
Yeah.
What's up? And then look, all right, after we were doing little white foos.
Yeah, little white foos.
We grew up in a little white city.
Yeah.
But we watched that movie, dog, and it changed everybody.
You were the ones repping the culture
even
in the
till
city,
now,
though.
Like, I got a homegirl. She's Mrs. Nevada or Mrs. Nevada.
Yeah.
And I was on I did something on Facebook where I did a thing from Blood In, Blood Out. And she left the court in Nevada, and she's like, "Just a minute, Your Majesty." I was like, "Damn, dog, you would never think Miss Nevada, a white girl from a little town in Ridgecrest, knows about Blood In, Blood Out."
Knows about Blood In, Blood Out.
And
Yeah.
yeah,
No,
fool,
they
that's how we
do.
were,
You
locking
know
it
what's
down.
crazy? I remember being in school. I mean, I watched the movie many times as a young kid because it just would be in the mix of the DVDs or whatever in the collection. But I remember watching that movie in school, bro. I had a substitute teacher that subbed for like a couple weeks of a teacher, and the teacher was like, "Look," he was like, "Look, I'm gonna have you guys watch this movie. Don't say nothing to anybody. It's gonna be an easy little classes that we're gonna do while I'm here. All you gotta do is just watch this film." And I felt like he was showing us this film to kind of show us like, yo, this is the type of life that you don't want to be involved
like
in.
3 choices.
But all of us as kids were watching that shit and we're so excited to be watching that movie because the lights were off. Everyone knew we were watching it in that time frame because it's a long ass movie. So being in different classes and having the substitute teacher, homie, let us watch the movie. And
That's bad.
Bro, and it was all a class full of straight like a melting pot of kids. So you had like badass kids. There was Mexican kids in there. Those white kids that were like hard, little trying to be Mexican,
trying to prove like
that, but they were wearing like, you know, the Charlie Brown shirts and all that. Those white kids were in school with us and watching that movie, and bro, all them kids probably got, you know, had a fucked up lives because they were following those footsteps of that shit. So, you know, I mean, there was like a silver lining to this dude showing us this film because it was like motherfuckers were like, "Oh, I'm not gonna be doing that," and then there was cats that were like, "Oh, I'm gonna be doing
like,
this."
hell yeah, dog.
Yeah, I'm gonna be living this life.
Had juice, dog.
Yeah, and then it was funny because then you would know what kid was really about the shit because he was already quoting the movie in the fucking class. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, there's dumb quotes in that movie. Now watching it now, it's there's parts in it that are just too ridiculously hilarious. You know what I'm saying?
What I trip out on that movie is like Crucito, how he played all of them. They play a young kid, older, and then older, and it's the same guy.
It's the same fool.
Like if you really look at Crucito when he was accepting the award, and then you see him and he's kind of bald and has a goatee and he's showing him Paco the Mural, that's a whole different dude.
Yeah.
But it's like a lot of those guys, they did a good job, dog, on that movie.
That's why a lot of them
like
continued to have
perfect movie
careers in the movie business and were the representations of our culture in film. So a lot of these cats went on to be major stars. You know what I mean? That were involved with Blood In, Blood Out. You know, you see Danny Trejo's and everything.
Yeah,
and he's a superhero of ours. You know, so yeah, just to see all that happen is
Billy Bob Thornton was in there.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah,
a lot of G's in that movie for sure.
There was a lot of Ving Rhames was in that movie.
Right. Yeah.
Like all these people that was the beginning, and then now you're like, well, that you start looking back, you're like,
same with Colors too. You know, like there's a lot of people in there, like Don Cheadle. You know what I mean? Came from there, and you know there was a Wayne's brother in there. It's a lot of you know, it's incredible.
Mario
just to
Lopez
see.
Was in there.
Bro, it's amazing, man.
He was walking the alley.
What a trip, man.
Colors was a crazy movie.
Yeah, it was.
What about American Me?
Oh yeah, man. So my father got to do the title track of the movie. He did a
Time.
Yeah, bro.
Come
Slips through the hour back. Ain't no sunshine. Ain't no sunshine.
Ain't no sunshine.
Right. So I mean, that was crazy. I remember being a kid going to the jail where they filmed the videos and the scenes. Bro, I was on set on some of these movies, bro. It's crazy because I was looking at the La Bamba vinyl up here.
Yeah.
I was on set
for La Bamba?
bro, and I got to meet Lou Diamond Phillips and Esai Morales, bro. Yeah, bro. And I have photos, and my mom has them, but I have photos of me on set chilling with these fools,
you
bro.
guys were just chilling,
with
music or something?
Los Lobos, you know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Because they did the title tracks also for the movie and things like that. And our family we all happen to be connected, and it's incredible with Latino legacy, bro. You know what I'm saying? Los Lobos and Tierra and the Midnighters and like a bunch of Chicano things, bro. Chicano soul and the film and the arts. Like, bro, I grew up around all the people doing it, so it's a blessing, man.
You cry on La Bamba?
Oh man, no, I didn't cry, but I felt the feeling of.
Did you get a little something?
A little, maybe when you know what, maybe I can't recall, but probably when I was young, when I would say probably when Richie died, I would say, right?
When he's on the bridge or
when he was like, Richie.
Yeah.
No, that's an emotional part for sure. For sure. And then even that movie, there's dumb quotes on that one too, dog. Incredible. But let's just say we all know this. We all know.
I won it.
Oh, bro, the art contest,
$500 in prizes.
Oh, boy.
In our lessons.
Oh, boy. Yo, shout out to Esai Morales who killed that role, and he made the movie. He made the movie about himself, bro. That fucking movie is about Bob. It's not even about Richie Valens, bro.
Hey,
what about me?
Hey, it's about Bob.
It's about Bob, dog.
Bob
about Bob.
Hey, Bob was a dog. He snaked Rosie, dog.
This
one came to visit, fool. And this one takes his little brother's Hina.
Yeah, bro. Hardcore, bro.
You gotta fast forward it on that part when you're watching it.
Fast forward
that was by the tree.
All going on weird. Yeah, I remember it.
Fast forward it. And then Richie, he's just chilling, singing to the kids. In the background is
Richie all being the positive dude. Yeah.
Oh, dog.
But everybody wanted to be Bob because Bob was like a badass, bro. And we didn't get enough time with Richie, honestly, because it's crazy. Richie passed at a young age, bro. So they had to create a whole story on Richie, but Bob carried that fucking
Bob,
story,
dog.
bro.
Dick, this fool was a fucking hater, dog.
Bro, you know
this
Bob.
Fool took his Hina.
La Baba.
This fool had a concert, dog, all sick. This fool went in there and started bombing on fools. Like, hey, dog.
Yo,
this fool beat up his
making
Hina.
all about himself, bro.
This fool beat up his Hina.
I'm saying, look, it's all about Bob,
not my first
bro.
or my last. Dog,
it ain't my first.
Bob was bad news, fool. It's on site with Bob, fool.
Yeah, it's on site with Bob.
If I see Esai on the street,
no, but have you seen the real Bob though, bro? He's a G, bro. He's a straight OG.
Dick, well, he did murals in Pacoima. They're still up.
No way, really?
Yeah, he was a real artist.
Really?
A lot of the movie, I guess it wasn't real, but like
he was a real artist.
No, bro, like I don't think he was really with Rosie, dog.
Right now, bro.
No, I don't think he was really with Rosie.
They
never
fabricated
clarified
these things,
but I don't think
it's
he was
possible. They had to maybe be to make it a little,
Yeah, well,
movie.
they had to put salsa on it to make it a good ass movie.
Hey, bro.
And what about Donna? Oh, Donna.
Oh, Donna.
Come on.
I had a girl. Banger. Come on now.
Did you ever sample any Richie Valens?
I'm about to. I literally been thinking about it. There.
So we
belong together. His version of that.
I did a remix of We Belong Together.
You did? No way. Crazy.
The sex mine. Let's do a bump together.
Oh shit.
Let's do a bump together.
Damn.
In the restroom, you and me. Come on, dog.
Damn. And you heard it first.
Exclusive.
Damn.
Holding it down. We got to make magic.
That's some other type of, that's some blue magic right there.
Hey, so on some other, you were talking about you don't just make hip hop beats.
No, I do a little bit of
dwelling
everything.
in another realm where you've always.
Thank you, man, for bringing it up. No, I've always, kind of experimented with different genres and had a, just a respect for music in general. So when I grew up on funk and soul and reggae, like I would toy around with some of these genres and try a little bit to do it, so much that I put so much time into it that it would take notice from people like, Damian Marley. Like I got to do some reggae with him and doing alternative records with groups and rock groups from Argentina, or working with artists in Mexico. I got to recently work with Santa Fe Clan.
That's a whole different in Mexico.
It's
how
dope,
they're
man.
hip hop and they're rapping.
Yeah, it's really amazing, man. I have some really cool people connected with Mexico. Shout out to my homie Hector. He's one of my creative production partners, and we work a lot on some of these projects. And we did Santa Fe Clan, we did Asesino, we did Kaya Lana. We did like a couple things out there. Records with different people. We have a few artists that are gonna start popping out of Mexico that we're behind working on some of their albums.
And they show love in Mexico?
Oh, majorly. Just in just Latin America as a whole, but Mexico is incredible because they're really embracing Chicano culture because they know it's a piece of them and a piece of us and what we love, and they understand that. So they are all about Chicano culture. And it's incredible to be going out there doing festivals, representing Chicano culture. I go and DJ, I go and do classes and talk to students about everything, or talk to just people. They're not just students, but they're people that are coming to learn about the culture, and I get to represent it and talk about it. And it's cool, bro, to be out in those spaces and giving them the authentic, the background, giving them input and having them understand the American side of it, but then also being Mexican in an American space, doing pop culture, American culture, and our flavor influencing a lot, and how much love we have as a culture of Mexicanos and Latinos for everything, that we understand it so much that we can see the holes in the floor or whatever in the boat. You know what I'm saying? That we understand where things need to happen because we have so much love for it. We're supporters, bro. Latino support is there's like none other for clothing, for food, for
like who you
music.
think is going to all these concerts?
Absolutely. You better understand that. You know what I mean? Latino
like,
support is massive, bro. When you see the type of movements that they're doing, it's fucking next level type of a gathering of people representing something. So this is beautiful to be in that space and to cater and to nurture and to help that space. You know what I mean? I don't even care to get the love. I want to just help. I want to be a part of the crowd and build it up and help evolve it.
And like with music, it's like you could listen to a certain song and they'll take you back to a exact place.
Absolutely.
Like you could, like when I'll listen to like certain oldies, it'll remind me of riding on a bus to school.
Yeah.
And the bus driver would bump these oldies.
Have you been going out there to Mexico, like Mexico City or any of that?
I've never been to Mexico City. The only Mexico I went to was Juarez.
Really? Okay.
Well, because my family, they're from Chihuahua, Juarez.
Yeah.
And I went over there and just when I was like 16.
Yeah.
And just pretty much, just chilled there for like a month.
Right.
But I never went into like Mexico. And I've always wanted,
even just you always hear now, just go to the city. Go
well,
like
that's what they say.
Mexico
like
City, bro.
It's cool out there.
It's amazing to see our culture so like held up so high. Like with everything that we have to offer. As a whole. You know what I mean? There's incredible food. There's incredible fashion. There's incredible lifestyle. And then also just people having a love for everything. So I connect with it automatically because they appreciate, the classic music and things that are futuristic, and you know the world is connected.
There's a lot of hidden gems
way.
out there too, like street musicians and stuff.
Oh yeah, man.
That you've
a lot
heard,
of
like,
incredible musicians.
When you're like, man, this guy has magic, you know. And there's guys that like even the guys that sing corridos on the borderline.
Totally.
There's some of those dudes that have 500 songs.
Yeah.
Like, oh no, I already have 500 songs written, and they're, you know, and it's like, man, that everyone's trying to get out, you know.
Yeah, bro.
And I always tell people, if you're trying to do something, keep doing it, because it only takes the one right person to listen to your sting or to hear it, and can change your life.
Yeah, man.
I always say,
you gotta
like,
stay sharpening your tools. You don't know where it's gonna come from. It could come from any moment. Like I said, some of my most hardest feelings of life or frustration or whatever, those things molded me into what I do and or created a reaction, an explosion that made magic, bro. You know what I'm saying? It comes from a different space sometimes. You know, it doesn't just come from that. You can't have the light and the success without the struggle and the lessons and the hardship and the, you know, everything, the dues having to be paid. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just the reality of life.
Is there anybody dead or alive that you would like or would work with?
Man,
it's like,
for sure.
If you had someone dead or alive that you would, man, I'd love to work with this dude, make a beat for him or collaborate on a beat, who would that be?
I mean, if it would have to be somebody that was past, it would have to be like a Ozzy. I was thinking about Ozzy, like to do reflip one of his classics and make it into like a big rap type of record or something cool. Or like Prince, you know, for like the people who maybe passed. Like I always wanted to contribute to music and help bring a flavor of what I understood, of what the information that I learned to contribute to something. So like it would be amazing to work with these people. Living, it would be nice to work one day with like a Carlos Santana. You know, and it's crazy because it's like maybe you are thinking I would say someone more current or someone like that, but I feel like Carlos Santana is there's never gonna be that anymore. And I know I am the one with the information that can give somebody like that the proper formula to create what he wants to leave as a legacy. And I would love to get behind that because I've grew up with somebody who had a legacy in my father. You know, he's living legend. So I understand and I value and take it that serious and put a lot of passion behind my work, even if it's with someone not like that. Like when I work with artists and I do things, bro, like I really take time to find what I'm looking for to make sure the things are everlasting, that live to stay here forever.
For the long run.
And it'll take a moment to find sometimes. It might take weeks or whatever, but I know the formula it takes, and you got to push it out of yourself. Let's go back to La Bamba. Remember when Richie was in the studio singing nonstop, one take after another, and Bob was like, I didn't hear a fuck up in none of those takes.
Remember Bob again? Fucking Bob coming in. Hey,
I didn't hear anything wrong with nothing. No, but you know, there's something there that you know inside when you're an artist, when you're a creative, right? And you know, like you're recording or something, you know how you want it to finally sound. Yeah. And someone might think, oh, it's good. But you're like, no, I know that I can do it better. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's
that's what me too, man. I wish I played the guitar, dog.
Yeah, man.
Cause I'm like, if
you can, bro.
Cause sometimes fools will play guitar for me and
pick it up
and I'll sing,
pluck that.
But I'm like, I gotta slow it down to their tempo or whatever. I'm like, man, I know, like if I play guitar, I could just sing it how I want it to.
Yeah,
you know, and it's never too late.
It's never too late.
But
man.
I've tried to play guitar, fool, and for some reason, I can't.
I look like a bass. That look like an upright bass. You're like,
if I would have picked up a guitar when I was a little kid, dog.
Yeah.
it would have been a motherfucking rat.
Yeah, man. That's what I'm saying. Like,
it's over.
So for me, when I was a kid, bro, you know, I was into sports and I was doing that, but then I stopped that and I just went straight into music, bro. And it was an everyday grind for me. Like, it wasn't like, and I didn't know it was a grind. I was just making music and working at it and doing what I do.
When did you start picking it up?
Man,
like
young,
when
very
you just,
young. When
like,
I started taking it serious,
that you made a beat, like where you're like a beat,
was in early teenager. I was like, 13, 11, 12 years old, like in that space. So when I had worked with people in the studio of friends of my father, so there was like Tony G and Fred Reck and a lot of dope ass producers that I got to see programming beats, and they were doing their thing. I would be in a studio with them, and they would give me the space in a sense, because bro, probably my pops was out, whatever, doing business or whatever, in the same building, but he would be gone, and I would be left with the engineer or the producers, and they would be like, "Yo, this is how it works," and hit it here, and I started,
the little
programming.
Knobs that move up by themselves.
Yeah, I started programming and making beats, bro, and messing around with the machines, and they would track me and record me. I had signed a record contract, when I was very young. I was like 13, so I was around the process of how to make music and all that. But I just, started getting hands-on with it early on, and yeah, bro, it just was a thing I would do all the time. I was that kid that had like a little bit of equipment. After school, I would be working. My homies would be with me. I would be tracking them, like making projects with them, rapping on it. We would be performing at talent shows.
Did you have any homies that came up?
That actually became something?
Yeah. Like
later
like, hey,
on, but not from
homie.
School though.
Nah?
No, I was that homie that came up in school. So you know what I'm saying, dog? I was that homie.
Me, dog.
I was the homie. So and what's funny is that I moved around so many different places as a kid. So, like I said, I was born in Riverside. I was living out there for a little bit, and then I moved to San Fernando Valley. Then I moved to Pasadena, and I was just living a little bit everywhere. We lived in Chino. We just lived all over. I went to so many schools because my pops would bounce around for work or whatever, for trying to put us in a better situation in homes. So I was just it was a crazy moment for me, bro, being around my pops and seeing him grind and all that, and meeting all these kids and everybody knowing me from just bouncing around from schools. But it was funny because I still feel like it's school.
Yeah.
And I'm bouncing around, meeting all these little crews and cliques of people, and I could tap in with the skaters. I could tap in with the athletes. I could tap in with the fucking stoners. I could tap in with the jocks. I could tap in with the preppy fools. I could like, I'm a chameleon cat, so I can like chop it up with these fools because they know I'm the representative of my culture. So when I walk into a room and I'm in there, I'm representing Chicano shit. I'm representing Mexicano things and bringing it full-fledged, and my knowledge and our wisdom of funk, soul, and the shit that we grew up on. You know what I mean? I'm an encyclopedia just from my childhood and understanding the formula of what we love. So there's fools like I'm educating that are like twice my age, and I'm letting them know this is the shit that we fuck with. You know what I'm saying?
When's the first time you got high?
I got late age. I got.
Oh, you
high
started
late.
blazing late?
I did. My pops was the kind of parent was like, get the fuck out of here. Yeah, go over there. I'd be like, but I would smell some shit burning. I'd be like, okay, must be why you don't want me to be here.
This ain't cigarette.
But then there was a moment where I started blazing in 18, 19 years old, and was funny because I started connecting. I was making music with Snoop hanging with
18.
Bash and hanging with superstars. So they were blazing the best shit.
It was all around.
It
the
was
Chronic.
all around, bro. The best weed
Oh,
in the world.
do you remember the first time you smoked Chronic? Did you?
Yeah,
Hey, were you
or
around
the
for
first
stress?
time I smoked original
No, but did you
Kush,
smoke
bro.
stress? Like, were
Back-
you in
yeah,
there or were you fucking the seats?
No. So when I first started smoking, bro, I started smoking OG.
No.
The very first weed I
The
smoked.
Venom.
Smoking the fire, bro. The best weed that you can get. And I remember linking with my pops at that time, and I finally
He was cool with it?
He was cool with it because I came to him, I'm like, here, Dad. And I gave him a sack of weed. He was like,
Damn.
oh shit, this shit is fucking fire, son. What is this? You know what I mean? And he didn't know what it was, and I was happy to show it to him because my homies, they took it serious. They were, experimenting and making unique things. So I got to share it with him, and he was like, man, this is fantastic. So, our bond got closer with that too, just to be able to share that, you know what I mean, and have that with my pops,
Chilling,
sessioning, and it's a part of our culture, bro. It's just a part of it.
But it's like you're already in your own, doing your own thing. You're doing music. Like he can't be like, hey, dog. You can't be.
No, he wasn't
like,
tripping
hey, dog,
on
I'm
it like that.
Doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
This is just a part of the.
And I mean, you have respect for your parents. For me, like I knew what it was. My pops early on, man, he was a real rock star, real artist, in the motion of time where you don't really understand what's going on. You're just a raw, authentic artist. You know what I'm saying? So for him to be in the mix and living his life raw, it was amazing to be a part of that experience and to learn from that and to just understand that it takes that to make something out of nothing. Like you have to put yourself in a position to do something. So I watched this dude make shit happen out of nothing, bro. I used to watch my pops pace back and forth on the phone, on cell phones. Like this is before fools had cell phones. This was like when this fool had like burner cell phones.
Remember when fools would have the beepers, the clear ones?
The big joint, you know what I'm saying?
The clear beepers?
The clear
That shit
beepers,
was-
bro.
if you
We
had
had
a clear
beepers.
beeper, you were a player.
Yeah,
And then
all that.
And then after that,
we had the OG black one, bro.
If you know where you were a player, if you had that phone that when you would go, it would go,
yeah.
and there was a screen, and they were like, "Damn, you got that one."
Yeah, you got that one. That was nice. Yeah. Remember that floppy antenna on them shits, and them shits would be bending all
that
like
shit would
this.
be on the side.
That should be like this, out
Like,
this.
hey.
Yo, what's up?
Remember the chirp?
The chirp, bro. The chirp was a moment.
That was like text messaging.
That was all like 2000s, 99, 2000s type shit. Yeah.
It was like walkie-talkies.
We were all on
I want
that.
to get walkie-talkies, dog.
That's fire.
But I want to
Walkie-talkies
get
are
the
the
badass
way.
ones. Because you just turn them on and then you go to the channels and you hear a fucking cop talking or the neighbor, hey, what's
Yeah.
up? And you can fuck with them. Hey,
What
what's
up,
going
what
on?
up?
And they'll be like, hey, get off the radio.
Yeah,
So I'm gonna
just
get
talking
some,
shit.
I'm going to get some badass
Like a
walkie-talkies.
CB, like a CB radio.
Yeah, remember on
that
the
shit in the
truckers?
car is hard.
Turn
If you just
over.
put it in the whip and that
Oh,
shit
you're
goes
on the road.
out, and you're like, hey, what's up? Yeah, you could fuck with people out there.
Breco. my uncle, boo, he was a paisa. He had a van.
Yeah.
My uncle always had a badass van.
Oh, for
Remember
sure.
the vans back in the day, though, dog?
Of course, bro.
Fool, they had seats in the back.
Yeah.
The little TV.
Yeah, bro. Fucking
Everything.
six
my
wheels
uncle
and
had
shit.
one of those
Yeah,
vans,
one of them
fool.
crazy ass vans. I know what them vans is.
Fool feet kicked up, dog.
Just a chill ass
Kicking it
van.
right
You could
there,
chill in
everyone
that
right
mud.
there.
Yeah.
Dipping, my uncle would be on there, and we were passing, there would be trucks, and half would be like, Breco.
I'm in the stage of my life, bro. I'm in the
just,
stage of my life where like I want to invest in one of those just so I could like travel
What,
and like a van, like one of those kick
player
vans,
ones.
bro. That got the bed and you could just like chill and I could go like
just
park.
cruise from city to city.
Yeah, I could just park at
You
like
could
the
vlog.
ocean, make music, have it all solared out. You know,
Make beats,
that's where I'm at
record
right
that
now. I
shit,
want to
go
do
live
some like
making beats.
some dope shit. Like
You gotta
that,
do
bro.
that.
That's fire, bro.
Dog,
just
you should
traveling
do that.
all
even
over.
for like 1 month.
Just no, but even just to have it, say, hey man, we have something that we can cruise in and enjoy nature, enjoy the world, because you got to have experience. Like all this doesn't make sense if you don't have stories to tell or life to live, right? We
Like,
can't
the
just pull it out of our ass. Like,
No,
we gotta go
live
out
life.
there and live, bro. You know, yeah, man,
bro.
get your hands dirty. You know
Travel,
what I'm saying? Yeah.
Fucking learn some new shit.
100%. 100%.
Put a water pump on a fucking car, some shit.
Yeah, man.
I had an old car, 51 Chevy.
Yeah.
And I never knew how to work on old cars or nothing. And YouTube, like I was tired of asking my brother to help me work on the car because my brother knows how to work on all these. He's like, I'm not going to go over there, fool. You got to learn, dog. That's your car already. I was like, all right, then. And fool, I changed a water pump on my car, fool, from just YouTube, dog.
Dope.
Like, people don't know what.
That's great.
Like,
That's great,
now
bro.
we have access to everything.
All the knowledge.
Everything
We
that
really do.
you want to know, learn about, and people don't even take advantage of it.
Right.
I don't even take advantage of it.
Yeah.
Like, you could ask this thing, hey, how can I get more whatever viewers, whatever, and they'll tell you, hey, do this,
This is
and
what
this,
you need
follow
to do.
this. Like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
And some people don't do it.
Right.
You know,
like
and
if I want to learn how a certain thing is created, like for music, right? Or how a certain plugin or program works.
yeah.
I'll definitely tap into YouTube and Reddit or whatever and research how it works. That way I can understand the flow and see it in real time, and then I can now go in and do the exact same thing.
Yeah.
So we do live in a special time that we can learn from these tools. You know what I'm saying? Like it's incredible because it's instant. You know.
Yeah.
It's not like where we also come from the school of like having to learn the hard way. You know what I'm saying? Where it takes time to do something. So it's like we're like in the cusp of that.
Yeah, we had the internet when it was you could look at the picture and that shit would just be loading on the picture.
But that's
screen.
why this space is built up.
Now
too,
you have
though,
that
bro.
shit on your phone, anything you want.
But bro, think about this though, like to have the knowledge to be able to build out the space. Like you wouldn't be able to create this set if you didn't have the knowledge to work with hands and work with material, right? You gotta have all the knowledge to create the bigger picture. So yeah, you're creative. You do the podcast, but in order to do it, you gotta create the
you
the
build the
environment.
space.
You build it, and how did you do that? You were able to do it through that, getting your hands dirty and learning a task and creating. You know, what can you do if you're not a podcaster or if you're not a musician? Like, what is your talent? What are you gonna do, or what type of traits or things do you do?
Do you have any hobbies other than music?
I mean, yeah, I definitely love being outdoors. I'm an outdoors kind of a guy.
Camping and stuff.
Camping, yeah, bro, definitely. Fishing and being out in nature, I appreciate that so much. Absolutely.
Can you cook or anything?
Yeah, I love to cook.
You cook,
man.
fool?
Yeah, absolutely.
What's something you put together? Kill a motherfucker right now with this plate.
I love Italian food, man.
Yeah?
I could cook
You fuck
good
with
Italian food. I've been, spending a lot of time with a great homie of mine who's from Italy. He's from Naples. And the homie knows how to cook. So he, being around him, you're understanding how to create these simple,
we ain't opening no cans around here.
These special dishes that are like, man, these are fantastic. And homie has pop-up restaurants, and I just been hanging with him, and he even is cooking me like the street food things of Italy, and I'm just enjoying learning from people like that. You know what I'm saying? And just watching the vibe. So for me, I can cook anything, right? Because I feel like I'm a mixologist.
What do you like cooking? Is Italian,
Asian, Indian food, Mexican food, like all types of food, man. Yeah, bro. There's a lot of different things that I've learned traveling or just having an appreciation for food. You know,
I'll kill a motherfucker right now with my meatloaf.
I feel that, bro. I'm down with that too. Yeah, come on,
kill them.
Yeah, I'm with that. I'm with that.
I'm saying meatloaf.
Yeah,
but that's the one where I'm like, all right.
Yeah,
I
bro.
do like a creamy corn.
Nice.
You know, like when motherfuckers be smoking meats and shit, they have that creamy
almost
corn
like
on
a
the
shepherd's
barbecue.
pie kind of
Fire.
vibe, bro.
No. It's just corn, creamy corn, cheesy.
You ever had shepherd's pie though, bro?
No.
You never had that?
What
bro?
is that?
Homie, okay, so it's kind of like a Popeye, but it's like with like hamburger meat. And it's a shepherd's pie, bro.
Hey, and it has peas and carrots.
It has all that.
I seen
bro,
that
with corn and
never tried it.
Fucking fantastic, bro. It's gonna remind you of a meatloaf kind of feeling, but it's fucking incredible.
You ever go to San Diego?
Yeah, Definitely.
I love San Diego.
Me too, bro. The food is fantastic there, man.
When I go to San Diego, food, the first stop, food, if we're in the morning, we go to Las Cuatro Milpas.
Nice.
You heard of that place?
Is that the place where they do the?
It's the little old ladies, and it's been
It's
since
old
like
school.
the 30s.
Is it by Chicano Park? Over
Right there, right?
I know what
right
you're talking about, and they have the tortillas
And
there
it's a
that are
line.
incredible. It's always a line.
And I kind of want to give,
Yeah.
what is it? Like, I kind of want to give you the secret on how to get there, get your food and leave, and you don't have to touch that line. Should we or not?
Man,
Give it to the people or not?
I mean,
Nah,
why?
dog, you fools gotta wait in line.
Yeah. You
Yeah,
guys
you
gotta
gotta
wait in line. Hey, I need to know that. Though.
I'll tell you though.
I was just over there, dog, the other day, and I was over there hanging out, and I went to Chicano Park. I went to Carlsbad just to hit the beach or
It's
whatever.
just culture out there. The
culture is a vibe, definitely, man, and I'm happy to even see it there, representing. And I get the same feeling here, when we're in Santa Ana as well. Bro.
Hey, on some crazy shit. One time we were in B-Logan.
Yeah,
And we went to the North Gate right there, and we were getting food regular, in line.
yeah.
And some fool ran inside, like all on some weird shit. Ran in, he got in line. And we're like, what the fuck? This fool's a weirdo. And then like 3 minutes later, some other fool walked in. Normal. He just walked right up to him and just started stabbing that fool.
No.
And fool,
guys were
he
there?
was right here. We were right here. We're like, hey, what? Because when you're in line, there's the metal bars.
He tried to hide in line?
Dog, he was just in line acting like he was just like, oh, I'm just going to be in line.
Yeah.
This fool walked in there and...
No.
Oh, it was crazy. The dude didn't say nothing. He just walked up to him and just...
That's crazy, bro.
And we're like, oh, what? We like
Yeah,
booked it.
bounced, yeah.
And then after it was just a million coughs.
Did you see blood? And
Yeah,
it
was right
going
here.
down?
Like,
he was getting
it was
stuck?
crazy, dog.
Oh,
And what was
no.
crazy that the fool didn't like, he wasn't like, ah. That fool just went, started stabbing and he was just like,
Bro,
and we're like, hey,
Wild.
dog, what the hell?
wild.
And yeah, for Logan is they're active out
They're
there.
active out there.
But at the same time, it's there's culture out there.
It's
There's
gente,
people,
yeah.
and that's what you deal with. Fool, it's the same shit out here. When
Right.
you go to East LA or whatever, that shit going
Right.
down. You can't wear the wrong shoes. You can't wear.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
No.
But Logan, mad.
Do you feel like things have changed just off top of where we are as a society and culture with social media and all the, do you think things have shifted a little bit, or do you think they're still raw like how they used to be without documentation?
No, I think all the,
think a lot
how
of
you say
things have
documentation to Instagram, and
Yeah.
it took away a lot of the solidness of stuff. Like even G's, like this fool's a sick ass G, and this fool's on Instagram talking about being a G, and
But is
like,
that really G?
Yeah, and that's why it's like, man,
Right.
that's it,
Right.
it takes it away.
Okay,
dog.
so that's interesting because so somebody, right, like you're saying, having to portray that as an image and be like, I'm a G and I have to explain it to you on social media. Is it the same things, do you feel, as for artists, or like, I'm a musician? You know what I'm saying? I'm the same thing. I'm telling you right here. Listen to my thing. I'm here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like the same things in other genres of
it's like an outlet.
it's an outlet, right?
It's an outlet to get whatever you're out, but I feel like on certain
But what
things.
about the real ones? Like we're saying, like a real G. Would
like
would
Gs.
a real G be on Instagram?
Nah,
Would a real musician be on Instagram?
I think now yes, because
I don't think so, bro.
no,
No.
because there's some fools that are bad, and you're like, this fool doesn't even have a gram, but this fool is sick.
Right, but what about the cats before when it wasn't a gram?
Oh yeah,
like,
when there wasn't
yeah, you know what I'm saying? When you were like, this is a real ass artist.
Like-
would a real ass artist be having to like forcefully put themselves out there, or would they just be dope as them being a raw artist because they were just rawly who they are? Or a G is rawly a G.
yeah.
So is an artist rawly an artist, or are a lot of people also using these platforms to fake the funk as well?
Yeah, because it's a boosty. Because all you see is what's on that screen.
Right.
You could be
You
like,
can say
"Damn,
anything. I
you
could be like, man, I could
"Damn,
be like,
this
yo,
was
I'm an
cool as hell."
astronaut. Yo, I'm a fucking
Yeah.
scientist, yo, and believe me,
And the people
then
are
they'd
like,
be like,
yeah,
"Oh, you are?
He is. That's the astronaut guy."
Yeah, that's
And
the
you're like,
astronaut guy.
What the fuck? You're tripping. That fool works at Denny's, dog. That's the homie. Like,
Yeah,
this
that's the
was not
Denny's
an
cat,
astronaut,
dog.
dog.
He's tripping.
Yeah. But on that screen, you could be whatever you want. Mm-hmm. Fools could be hard.
That's what's
You know what I'm
interesting.
saying? Like, fools could be crazy on there.
Right.
You'd be like, I know this.
Right.
Look. But on that fool beat
screen,
up anybody
it's
on that
different.
Instagram.
Or people, can express and know how to, like, how do you say, like, control the room and grab the energy of everything. Take the lead of the space or whatever, and I mean, like, there's a lot of that on social media. There's a lot of people that are having to play the role, but a lot of people that are behind the scenes don't need that, and they're maybe even more successful than these people who have to put themselves in the limelight so much. You know what I mean? Because how are you doing it without that? And it's almost like you gotta think like that doesn't exist, because that's gonna happen naturally if you're authentically who you are.
Yeah, and think, what if today Instagram, everything went away?
Totally, bro.
Like, there's foods that just
that's their
like
their known thing.
but
there's people that aren't on that.
Yeah,
there's a massive portion of the world who are not stuck on that rhythm.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We are in a sense in ways of connection with business and friends and work, or we follow what we like and we're inspired, or vice versa. You know what I'm saying? Making cool contacts, meeting new people. You know what I'm saying? But like, really, like, what comes out of Instagram? What comes out of social media? Is it a real connection, or is the work really you being who you are and people wanting to really authentically connect with you? Instead of just, oh, I like you, you look cool, I'm gonna follow you. That's not a real connection.
Yeah, well, that's what it is now. Some food you be like, oh shit, like,
right?
Oh, cool.
I can't even.
This is cool. Whatever.
If anybody, I don't hang with the majority of people on IG. This is the thing, though. It's like we maybe follow each other and it's cool, but then again, it's an interesting.
Fool, I have people that I have on Instagram.
Right? Isn't it weird? Can we all just agree with that? Because it's weird, bro.
Yeah, like, I'll have people on Instagram. Like, I'll follow on Instagram and I'll see them on the street and I'll be like, well, God, I don't even want to say hi to them or nothing, but I'm like, I follow them.
Right.
To trip. And they'll be a normal person. They'll be like, what the fuck? What? Like,
right.
why?
Or it's like, oh, nice. I just met you. I don't know nothing about you. I don't know nothing about your making, who you are, what type of person you are behind the scene or in reality form. But I'm going to follow you right now. And we're going to follow each other, and I'm going to follow your moves. I'm going to see how you act. I'm going to see what you're posting and putting in the world. That's a heavy ask.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's almost like when people are like, hey, let me get your phone number. And it's just like, why?
Hey, fools ain't doing the phone number no more.
No, that's crazy,
now,
bro.
the new one was like, hey, let me get your
wild,
Instagram.
Bro. That's heavily personal. Unless you actually have a history with the people.
Yeah, the phone number is super.
Phone number, great. But dog, there's too many ways to connect.
Yeah.
To then have a personal information out there given to somebody where they're not even reaching out to you, dog.
Yeah.
Like, why am I gonna sit here and give you my number? Like, and it's no disrespect. It's not a status thing. It's not none of that. It's a protection. It's a fucking screen check type of a thing that you learn as a human being, being in the mix, because all this shit should have boundaries. Yes, it's a dope ass tool, but we should also have boundaries when we use the tool, because it's important. Protection for everybody, bro. You gonna know who you're getting in bed with out here, bro. Everyone's just connecting and vibing, and it's a blend of shit, and the algorithm, like, what the fuck, bro? Like, I look at it and I have to take it with a grain of salt. I look at it, and social media for me is like, it's funny, it's jokes, it's memes, it's shit that certain homies of mine that we're goofy, and then we're sending each other memes, and that I love social media.
Yeah,
for
that's
that.
just
That's
dope.
the best, because it's hilarious, right? We're finding all the shit that we are just enjoying. You know what I mean? And sometimes it's shit that is serious, but we're cracking up at it too. Just like, fuck, you can't hide shit now. You know what I'm saying? It's a crazy space, man. But like everything, I feel like you just gotta have a boundary with everything. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you're in a position or in a space on these platforms and connecting with people, you just don't know, bro.
What do you feel about AI now?
AI could be dope, I think it's interesting. There's elements of it that are, I think, important, especially if you're trying to create things or build things.
But what about like in the producing way? Because there's fools that be like, hey, give me a beat that sounds like Timberland, Usher, and a little bit of Tupac in there.
Yeah. No, I mean it's a part of our culture now, and we have to understand how to utilize it as a tool and set the boundaries for it and understand how we utilize it, because AI isn't going to be anything without a person controlling it. It's just going to be what it is until you tell it how to operate.
You make it shape whatever.
You make it and you create with it. So it is a great tool. We've already all of us have been using AI. You just don't call it AI, but there's programs and things and plugins and effects. And how do you think things get easily created? It's through a program that is artificially created. Yeah. We've been using this shit. So it's not a thing that's just, you can just put a stamp on like, oh, this is fucking artificial AI. Like, we've been using this shit, bro.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? Bro, auto-tune is AI. You know what I'm saying? So cat's been on that. You know what I'm saying? Or CGI, all that shit. It's artificially fucking things that are created, that you code and create to make an effect or a movie or whatever, a special effect happen. It's the same shit. So it's not all that crazy. To me as a creative, it's a fucking tool, bro. I don't think it's the end of the world. Oh my God. It's a lot of people who don't create saying that it's the end of creation.
Yeah,
it isn't, bro.
It away.
It's a definitely something that's fun. It's fun. You know what I mean? Like, honestly, we've been toying around with it for images and artwork. And man, if you're an independent artist trying to create something,
flyers,
and get
even
your ideas and make things, and you're smart how to communicate with the technology, you can make shit that looks like millions of dollars.
Yeah, he was like,
behind that shit. You're like,
flyers.
Oh shit. And I just did that with my imagination.
Like,
You can't tell me that artists from back in the times of like Michelangelo's and fucking Rembrandts or Basquiat's or whoever, all these great artists that were back in the day would be using this, Salvador Dali, they would be using AI to generate things, or that's the technology we have. If they had access to that, these fools would be definitely using it. A Mozart, a fucking Beethoven, you gonna think they would be on that shit like how cats are right now, bro?
Hey, Beethoven that fool was blind and deaf?
I don't know. I think he was something.
Ethan?
He was definitely, I think he was deaf, or he was deaf. But he could probably hear and feel tones and vibrations or something.
It would just be like,
that's crazy.
I don't know what he felt, but hey,
it sound like a filter and shit.
Crazy,
when the beat drops out, you're like, oh damn.
There was a Beethoven. Hey, he was the one that was blind and deaf, and then there was another, like a person that made the music too, and I think they were, what was it, like again deaf or something.
Like that, and then Stevie Wonder too.
What about what do you think about Stevie Wonder? Do you think he's really blind?
I think so. Yeah,
because there's been a gang of videos.
I've seen those videos
where he'll catch a mic falling. Yeah, he'll be like, "Hey," he'll be like, "Hey, what?"
Yeah, he'll see somebody who he'll notice or something. Like, and they try to piece it together. Like, nah, homie's got to be blind. It looks like it's blind. You know what I mean? The way he actually, when you see him in real life and see him, you can see, obviously he's blind.
I don't know if it was Snoop or someone.
Partial
Someone
sight.
talked about Ray. He said, man, I was in the elevator. He said, what's up, Snoop? He's like, what the hell?
He knew?
He's like, how did this one know it was me?
That's funny.
And it was,
maybe somebody told him. Who knows, man? Who
But
knows?
You got to think like people that came over, stuff like Ray Charles, fool.
Yeah.
Like same. All those people like blind and Stevie Wonder, like, they made jams, magic.
Forever music, that'll live forever.
To this day.
Yeah, definitely.
Even I trip out on Richie Valens, dog. This fool was 18. He died in 1958.
Right.
Dog, it's 2026. Fools are bumping Richie Valens.
Yeah.
And it's like, he was a kid.
Right. And he wasn't even reaching his full potential. Yeah. It's almost like how, think of it like this, like in a futuristic way. I know this is random, but like like the artist. There was an artist who recently was out, Pop Smoke or something.
Yeah.
Pop Smoke. He was like popping, starting to build a buzz, and then he got killed or something happened, right? Same thing. It's like you didn't see these artists reach their full potential. They had a tight little cool up and coming buzz.
Yeah.
Even Pac though too. Like Pac was on the rise when he got took out. You know what I'm saying? And he was very young when he
That was
got
24 or 26?
Yeah, you know, so he was barely on the cusp of what he was gonna do. You know
You
what I'm saying?
think
And
Tupac now would have been crazy?
Man,
You think a lot of music would have been
definitely.
crazy if like Biggie and Tupac wouldn't have died?
If Biggie didn't die, if Tupac didn't die, if Selena didn't die, if Bob Marley didn't die, if Michael didn't die, if Prince didn't die, if all these fools didn't die, you know, a lot of things would be different, you know, I would say. And I mean, it's even crazy that to even think about Quincy Jones, right?
Jimi Hendrix.
Yeah, but Quincy Jones outlived all of these artists, and he saw multiple generations. This fool was around making music with Frank Sinatra. You know what I'm saying? So from there to Michael to Prince to seeing all of these greats pass, bro, and then just recently, bro, Quincy passed, which is fucking crazy, right?
Yeah.
Or like, you know, even like to hear about Ozzy, like that hit hard.
Yeah, that was wild.
Because we all know Ozzy. You know what I'm saying? That's a iconic dude, and we gonna think he's we think he's a forever living legend, bro. You know what I'm saying? So when that happened,
Michael Jackson.
Like, whoa.
You ever met Michael Jackson?
Never got the chance, man. That would have been crazy.
Michael Jackson would have been tight to me, huh?
Bro, just to
Who's
be
hate
in
on
the
Michael
presence.
Jackson, dog? He was tight.
From what I hear, I think he was tight, bro. Yeah, he was a G, you know?
All those, like Selena, Michael Jackson, all those, they started when they were little kids, fool. And you see the documentaries and everything.
Yeah.
Like you. Motherfucker, working.
Work and the dream and wanting to do something. And it's not, you don't think of it as work, you know? When you really love something, you think of it as like you love it. So
but you think you missed out on a lot of stuff from, you know, that a normal 16 to 25-year-old would have been doing?
Nah, because
you partied and everything.
I saw fools doing that, and I felt like a lot of those cats burnt out quickly. So me, you know, I was that kid in school that was kind of like the odd kid. I didn't finish high school. I was in, you know, school, but I was like the hip hop kid when I was a freshman in high school. I was the kid that was cool with everybody. So that's what I'm saying. I could kick it with the skaters, the jocks, the everybody. You know what I'm saying? I could jump into all these circles with everybody, all these different ethnic people. It was just like I was a weird medium in a sense, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, bro. I mean, being I didn't lose out on shit. You know what I'm saying? I saw people lose everything trying to prove what they were, and they weren't about nothing. And I remember keeping my head down and being in my room and working, bro, sacrificing the time. I didn't work out or chase chicks or none of that. Like I worked on music, bro. And you know, even if it made me sit down and I was eating or whatever the fuck, I was a big kid. I was overweight, bro.
Did you ever have like drugs problems?
No, not at all.
Where you ever got fucked up? You had rehab or anything?
No, never had anything like that. Like I said, like I was smoking weed at a later state of my life. I would say maybe the drug of choice was food, man. You know, being young and not knowing or having the control of what you're eating and understanding.
And then having fatty out, you'd be like, give me that.
Having fatty out or coming from a home where you think the status is, oh, we're gonna eat a big meal and you're gonna get the supersized meal and the number one choice and
extra large.
Yeah, that and yeah, we got that. And what you needed to, I got you too.
Yeah,
so that was the thing. It was like a almost wasn't like just not knowing what we were doing, but it was like, oh, we can do that or whatever, right? We can eat like that. And that's naturally, bro, a lot of us were like that. We didn't understand those things and until like it started hitting me at a young age and understanding that, man, I need to take care of myself. I need to understand how to sustain and okay, I'm good at creation now. I can make music. I'm the best. But now I need to understand how to be good and the best at taking care of my health, at understanding, you know, what I need to be putting in to put out, and where I see myself in the future. I need to change things. So like, man, I've been working on myself, and all the time I work on myself now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, this is the best moments of our lives to do it, and we're blessed to do it. So, you know, like, I wouldn't change anything, bro. I love where I come from. I love the hardships that I had in the sense of like not being accepted, being the outsider, being Mexican, being overweight, being the cat that doesn't look like he belongs in this space. But I was there because authentically I had something to share with everybody. You know? And that's the blessing, bro, is that like the art, the creation, the creativity really spoke for itself for me to thrive. You know what I mean? And everybody that I saw that was like me, but maybe trying to, you know, be the hot shot or whatever, they're all in terrible spaces, bro.
Yeah.
You look at the homies, they're not doing well.
That's what they say, the it guy in high school and everything.
He turned out
like,
to be the shit guy.
Yeah,
he's like, no.
Yeah,
the dude that's just done, the burnt cat, you know, and with the burnt chick that thought she was fly too, and everybody knew they were fly, but then they burnt themselves out.
And then
bro.
the fine diners from school, they used to be talking shit. You see them now, you're like, God damn, I used to fucking trip on you, girl.
Yeah, no, totally, bro. And being in this space of now where it's like, man, I took that out of my head and just focused and had tunnel vision and continuing to live like that. My circle is very small. I'm not trying to be publicly known like that. Like I don't normally do podcast and things like that. Like I don't, bro. It's mainly for me. I'm more like the guy in the room that you need to come and check for your music because I'm the guy doing it authentically. Yeah, I'm not just out here bragging and talking about it. I'm actually living it, and that's the difference. You know what I mean? There's a difference. There's a whole nother crew and crowd of people you know that don't need the outlets. They're just dope as fuck, and people know that they gotta come fuck with these fools to get the shit. Yeah. You know?
That's what's dope.
The real ones, bro, that don't gotta try. It's like we're authentically who we are, and you're authentically who you are without having to try, bro. And that's the vibe, you know? Not forcing the energy. I could be in 1,000 rooms if I wanted to, but I don't because it's not my vibe. I'm not there. I'm not meant to be there. I'm meant to be where I'm here. I'm here now. We're here. We're building our own shit. We're doing our own thing, supporting each other, and that's the vibe, bro.
Yeah, connecting, supporting, and building, making magic.
Making magic, bro. Building our futures and being vocal about it because we gave everybody else their platform, everyone else their foundations to stand on, you know? And you earn that. There's a lot of people who don't have that but continue to try to act like they're about that, but you only have the makings of the shit that really takes you there. Yeah. Without having to force it.
Yeah.
You feel me, bro?
Hell yeah. Before we forget, we got to get into our next segment of the podcast, everybody. What's in the fridge? This is where we talk about all the beers that are brought to you by Suavecito. Hey, we already know what's in there.
Suavecito. I'm over here tapping in with the blood and blood orange. You already know.
All my life.
Yes.
We got the blood and blood orange in the building. I'm going to have to... What am I? I'm going to get a super feed, man.
Are you going back to super feed,
I'm going to go back to the 11%.
Damn!
Ladies and gentlemen, this plane has taken off, and I'm saying all feet in, seatbelts on at the time. Get ready.
Yeah, dog. Why not? This how you do the weekend right here.
It's like I was going crazy. I was
That's
like,
crazy.
all right.
Let me get one of those. Let's pop that too, so I can just taste that.
Let's see. Be carefully. How we doing?
Nice.
Come on.
That's good. It's very nice, man. It's hard to tell because it's so good, bro.
Dog, that's what I'm saying.
If you ain't rocking with this and you're a real connoisseur of cervezas, This is incredible.
And what I like about Suavecito that they have something for everybody. If you like dark, light, lager, whatever, anything you like, they got it.
Seltzers, all
they
that.
got like 3 different of each.
Yeah, this is fucking bomb, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always enjoy this. And I'm not heavy with the drinks, but every time I tap in with the click, bro, I'm definitely rocking with this. This shit the primo vibes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love Suavecito.
That's right.
Everybody that I've taken or went, they're like, oh, that's our spot now.
That's their
we
spot
go there.
now. Yeah,
they'll send me
a
videos. They'll be like, hey, dog,
thing.
we came into town. We got some Suavecito.
No, I fuck with this, bro. Definitely heavy.
But I'm not a big drinker. I drink, but I'm more of a soul drinker. Mm-hmm. And like if something's cracking, we're chilling, podcasting, vibing, drinking. Yeah. But like to just be like, oh, let me give a beer,
like,
kicking it.
Yeah.
Nah.
No. Yeah, it's a celebration vibe. You know what I'm saying? To enjoy things like this. This is like when we're together with homies or in a good space and we're celebrating. This is the vibe, right?
Yeah,
bro.
That's what it is. That's what it is.
I fuck with this.
Good music and good vibes.
That's right. Let's go.
And then, do you have any shout outs?
Yo, shout out to my pops. Shout out to Kid Frost. Shout out to my family out there. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Traffic Records. Shout out to all my homies that I'm working with right now. Shout out to No Such Thing. Shout out to the Serial Killers. Everybody, tune in, tap into everything we're doing, man. Shout out to y'all for tuning in to us right now. Yeah, man, there's a lot. Shout out to Suavecito. You know what I mean? All the homies, for sure. I'm stoked, Every day I feel like I'm living my best life right now. Literally, yeah. I am.
But once again, thank you for coming out here and taking your time, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, man. Thank you guys for having me. Yeah.
And just vibing with us. Anytime the door's open, whenever you want to stop by, you
already know. We are out here chopping it up. You already know what it is. You know what we do. You can go tune in with it, go check it out. But more overall, anything, I'm happy that we could just connect and talk, personally on the one-on-one and get to open up about things as I start now really putting out stories and sharing things of my makings and things like that. So I appreciate you giving me the platform to do it. And man, let's run. Let's make vibes.
Thank you for coming out here, and
my G, thank you.
Talking with us and all that. Definitely gonna be seeing more of Scoop Deville with us. He's gonna be with us January 24th, Chistecito.
Hey!
On the ones and twos, Scoop Deville dropping the beats, making sure everybody's moving and grooving. After the show, we're going to be chilling, partying, pull up, show love. We're going to be there January 24th, Chistecito at Suavecito Brewery, 4th and Broadway. But yeah, thank you.
It's not my first or my last.
But we're here. Make sure you like and subscribe. Tell your friends. Thank you guys for coming in. Big shout out to Suavecito and everything they do for us in the house.
Yeah!